3, 4.
Oh, I've got the order here too. So this is why I come prepared. 5 what?
And we are live from Coors Field, where there are a lot of Broncos players here. And we've got ourselves a Bronco on the show right now. Super Bowl 50 champ Todd Davis, Henry Chisholm, Zach Stevens, and we have so many people rocking and rolling with us today. And we are here, of course, at the UCHealth Healthy Swings Charity Home Run Derby, where they are benefiting a great cause here, supporting veterans, and it is a pleasure to be here. And we've also got a long list of Broncos that are here. We've got Jarrett Stidham, we've got Baron Browning, we've got Courtland Sutton, Jaleel McLaughlin, Pat Surtain, Matt Henningsen. Who am I missing? Did I say Baron Browning? Courtland Sutton and
Stidham.
Our very Jarrett Stidham and our very own Todd Davis is swinging in this event. So Todd, you better win for us, right?
Yes, sir. Let's get a win for the DNVR crew.
Yes.
You laugh at when I say Todd is swinging.
What do you mean what? What do you mean what?
What else do you do with the baseball bat?
You swing that, but there's plenty of stuff you can swing.
Yep. Boom, there it is. And we've got a special guest coming over right now. Maybe the coolest of the bunch. Shout out to Ryan Green for bringing this Bronco over. And it's going to be an awesome show to talk about this cool event with UCHealth and Healthy Swings, see who gets all the home runs, and then also get to talk to a lot of Broncos players exclusively. And let's welcome the first one in. We've got Jaleel McLaughlin joining us right now. Jaleel, how you doing?
I'm good, man. It's a good day. It's a good day out here.
Thank you so much for joining us. And my first question, Jaleel, is do you sleep?
Yeah, I do sleep. I sleep a little bit, but I'm more of a napper, man. I'm more of a napper during the day, and but don't like to sleep too much at night.
Because you were the hardest worker last year, or the first one in the building last year, and your second year, you're still the first one in the building. 5:15 a.m. in the spring. That sounds crazy, man.
Man, this is what I do. I feel like this is how I've been raised. I gotta go and get it, man, and that's my focus and that's my mindset right now.
Who do you think's winning the home run derby?
I'll go with early prediction. I'll go with Courtland Sutton, but right behind him, I think, in my opinion, Jarrett Stidham is very confident. So we'll see.
So not yourself. You didn't even throw yourself in there.
No chance. I'm not throwing myself in there. I'm about to go out here and do what I can do.
Okay. What can you do?
Probably not much.
That's a real shame.
I told my mom, hey, I never played baseball. I told my mom, hey, mom, if I go out here and hit a bunch of dingers, you know what? You put me in the wrong sport. We got a problem.
I love it.
I don't know, with your work ethic, maybe you could be playing for the Rockies next year if you're just swinging at 5:15 a.m.
Oh, man, I don't know about that.
So one of the things we've been talking about, we've been at 4 practices now, 5 practices now. It seems like every day somebody's like, Jaleel looks bigger this year. Have you put on some muscle or something? Are you still like the same size you were coming out of college, or?
Oh yeah, no, I put on about 7 to 8 pounds. So coming in and I feel great this weight.
Is that a challenge for you?
It is. It is just because of how much I do work out and stuff like that, and I don't really be having much of an appetite and don't think about it as well. So yeah, it is a little bit.
How's your body feel? Do you feel like you feel the way, or do you feel like fluid and fast like you were last year?
Man, I feel like I'm getting faster by the day.
That's it.
And that's one thing that I was so scared about putting on a little bit of pounds about. I didn't want to lose a step, but I feel like I'm getting faster, so that's good.
Man, you're out there, and that's the first thing I notice every single day. It's just your speed and burst. It is insane. And so a lot of people, maybe myself included, like to view you guys as how Sean has used players in the past, and I think the most natural comparison is an Alvin Kamara type of player and role. Is that a similar role that you could have, or is there a different role that you're viewing for yourself?
It's funny because my junior year we had to do my junior year in college we had to do like a prospect evaluation of who we liked in the NFL, and the guy that I studied a lot was Alvin Kamara, which is crazy, and I didn't know I would be here. But yeah, I think Alvin Kamara is his own guy. That dude, his balance and the way his twitch and the way how smart he is different. But that's definitely something good to chase.
You were obviously undrafted last year. How did you wind up in Denver?
Yeah, one thing I had written in my notebook was the Denver Broncos. I took notes from every single coach that interviewed me, and the Denver Broncos, underneath it, I had my favorite interview this far. So it was pretty easy.
What stood out about it?
I felt like I knew Coach Payton. I felt like I knew Coach Lou. I felt like I knew them for 10 years. And we had got on the call for, a couple minutes. So I was like, okay, I like these guys, and they brought me in as family. That's the first thing you look for. That's the first thing I look for.
Absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about being undrafted. I was undrafted.
Yeah.
I feel like most of the dogs are found in that undrafted class. Talk about like the work and preparation and how you don't really have room for error. You got to be up. If you got to be there at 5:15 to make the team, then that's what you got to do. Talk about your process about making this team and actually having a huge impact on the team.
I think that's one reason I work so hard. I said, hey, look, I'm not going to cut myself. I said I'm going to put in everything that I got every single day.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And if it don't work out, hey, I know that I gave my 100%. So that's what I take day by day now. My mindset, changed a little bit. Now I want to be the best running back in the league. That's my mindset is changing. And I'm like, if I give my 100% to that, you know what I'm saying? There's no.
I love that.
They're pointing at you.
I'm next.
Yeah,
I'm up.
oh,
Time. Shoot.
Well,
Yeah, one more, Julie. One more for me. What'd you do with that jersey? The jersey with the G on it that you got preseason last year.
Man, I still got it. That's a legendary jersey, man. I gotta hang that one up. I'm waiting to get a house and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I gotta hang that one up.
When they gave it to you, were you like, this is wrong? Because it was right before a preseason game, or did you even notice?
No, I noticed as soon as it was in the jersey was in my locker. I noticed. I said, that's a G right there. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, okay, that's good. I said, hey, that's how it's pronounced. That is how it's pronounced, McLaughlin. So I was like, okay, I'll take with it and roll.
That's so crazy. But of course it happens to you, an undrafted guy. Like that's just like how you guys are kind of treated. Like it is crazy though. I've always thought if things go as well for you in your career as they seem like they're going to go, that could be something you sell down the line as like the collectors are like,
I gotta keep that one. I gotta keep that one.
If things go that well, he doesn't need to sell.
I gotta keep that one.
That's true.
I gotta keep that one.
Man, Jaleel, thank you so much for jumping on. I think you're gonna win this thing. I got confidence in you, Jaleel.
Let's do it. We'll see.
What do you think of Todd? Real quick, do you think Todd has a chance here?
I think he might. I think he will. The guys that are quiet and they might be like, hey, I don't know about this. Those be the ones, right? Those be the ones. So we'll see. We'll see.
Well, awesome. Appreciate you, Jaleel. Awesome to have you on.
Sounds good. Thank y'all, man.
Definitely. Thanks. Hey, enjoy summer too. One day early.
Yeah. Thank y'all.
Yeah, good time.
Man, appreciate it, Jaleel. All right, let's see who Ryan Green has for us next. But great first pull. Jaleel, he is
everybody loves Jaleel.
The easiest person to cheer for.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, he does look bigger too. Like something that comes up, like he almost, it's honestly like he's more defined. Like you see it when those guys are running out there. We brought up a couple times. They give the ball to the running back and like they hit the hole and somebody kind of like wraps him up a little bit and then they let go and he keeps running.
Yep.
And once Jaleel gets like 10 yards past the line of scrimmage, he just turns it on.
Yep.
And just like goes from like half speed to full speed and you're like, well, that's pretty crazy.
Literally, I've stood by so many different media members at Broncos practice, and every single day during the first individual period, it's just when guys are just running routes on their own or they're just getting handoffs and running in space. The very first thing that everyone says is, oh my God, Jaleel is so fast. And so the fact that he's able to maintain that speed, but put on that weight and add that weight is just is huge. And I mean, I love that he said that Alvin Kamara is the guy that he kind of studied, because that is one thing about Alvin. Is Sean told us about it today. He said Alvin was a guy where we really thought he was just going to be a receiver out of the backfield his first year, and then the very first play of preseason, he took a 52-yard run to the house, and he said, that's when we knew this guy can run in between the tackles. And Jaleel adding the weight, we talked about it earlier this week, just about how Jaleel, kind of the one thing he needed to do was maybe become a little bigger to pass block. Well, he became a little bit bigger. That's really exciting for the Broncos running back room.
Yeah, we talk about the running backs a lot because it's an easy position to talk about and everybody wants to hear about it.
Yeah.
But we probably should say again that during this minicamp, during this whole offseason program, he's been their best running back. Like, it's been pretty clearly Jaleel McLaughlin a tier above everybody else. Now there's all the caveats. Like, he's the speed back, so of course, when you have guys without pads, he's going to be the one who pops. Like, Javante's whole thing is that he just runs guys over. But Jaleel seems like he's ready for another great season. Like, what we decided? He had like 5.4 yards per carry last year?
Yep, but only 410 rushing yards. Just the opportunities were so limited, and that's something that I think will absolutely change this year. So, Henry, we're obviously out here at Coors Field for the UCHealth Healthy Swings Home Run Derby, and we've got a lot of Broncos out here, and I know you wanted to break down exactly who was going to win this, who you put the odds on. I know you here hates that I'm not looking at the camera right now, but we're at Coors Field. We're sitting in the dugout right now. Got to take in this awesome scene. Broncos are about to start batting. They've got some media people here too. Dad Dude is here, so shout out. Dude Dad. Sorry, I got a little confused. Shout out to him. Shout out to Coors Field, UCHealth Healthy Swings. Nick thinks I can hear him talking to me right now.
Everybody does that.
There's no chance of that. Oh my gosh.
That's not how that works.
Well, no. He was showing us something, Henry. Do you know what he was showing you?
I have no idea.
So Todd,
he wasn't mooning us, was he?
Little behind the scenes. He was not mooning us.
Okay, good.
Todd behind the scenes. He said this earlier on the show today. If you guys were watching, he wears his Super Bowl 50 ring for when he goes to charity events, and so he was wearing it today for this charity event since it's a really cool event helping UC Health out. And he wore it, and we're like, Todd, you're not gonna wear that while batting, are you? And he's like, oh, of course not. I'm just gonna give it to someone. I'm like, okay, I'm the most trustworthy person on this beat. Give it to me. He gave it to the youngest person on the beat. What? What?
Have you worn that ring?
Have I worn the ring? No, I have not worn the ring.
I know him too well to ask.
Yeah, you're just flexing on us. We got another guest coming over right now. Really, really cool guest coming over here. Todd is about to hit as well. Just got that insight. Henry, over, under 1.5 home runs for Todd. Oh my gosh. I'm going to tell him when he comes back before he even set the number.
Go ahead.
All right, we've got Baron Browning joining us right now. Baron, thank you so much for joining us. How you doing?
I'm good. I appreciate y'all having me.
Oh, of course.
Definitely.
Thanks for joining us. So, obviously, home run derby with UC Health right now. Over, under the number of home runs for you at your number? 5.
Under.
No confidence. What is this?
I got to be real with myself. I don't swing bats for a living. I rush the passer and make tackles. So I'm just hoping for the best, man. If I get one, I'm grateful. That's what means a lot to me.
But you play inside linebacker, you play outside line. You're versatile. That just doesn't translate to the baseball field.
I mean, if I get a little rhythm, then that's different. So we just gonna see what happens.
Have you practiced?
No, I haven't. Straight off the couch. Straight off the couch.
Trouble.
Not really off the couch. I mean, you were at practice for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, that is true.
When a non-football player says off the couch, it literally means they came off the couch, doing nothing. You're not really a normal person. You're a little more in shape.
Yeah, I came from the team facility. Okay, that's better.
Yeah, I think Todd's lining up to hit here and say, oh yeah, there he goes. Oh, we're gonna have to keep an eye on this one. So wait.
Let me bounce off of that really quick. So our co-host Todd Davis, inside linebacker. Who are better athletes, inside linebackers or outside linebackers?
I'm gonna say outside linebackers, just because not everybody can rush the passer. That's really like a skill set you have to have. I feel like over time you can develop, the things you need to do inside, but I feel like it's harder to build that natural pass rush instinct.
So obviously when the Broncos drafted you, they were thinking inside, outside. Obviously you settle it outside. Do you feel like that's the place you wanted to be?
Yes, I was trying to get to there for my 4 years in college. So I'm just grateful to be there now.
You got to take a look at the swing. This is not going well for our guy Todd right here.
Oh,
he hasn't finished a swing yet.
That was kind of.
He looked like he's chopping wood.
Yeah. See, I feel like you got to start you got to take some lessons here. You know? You just got to get those hands out in front.
It's not fluid.
No, it's not fluid. You know, I think throughout this whole OTA period, this whole offseason program, we've been talking about you more than anybody else.
For real?
Because of Vegetable.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's every day we're talking about like all this stuff. So how'd you get into that?
My agent kind of reached out to me about it, so he kind of, I guess, got in contact with them, and then my financial advisor got involved, and they made sure the numbers made sense, and then they kind of brought it to me, and I was like, yeah, this is something I want to do. It's cool. And I just kind of left it at that. I don't really get into everything logistic-wise. I just keep the main thing, and then, you know.
Hope you make people a bunch of money.
Yeah, and myself.
That part too.
It's a kind of, I mean, it's a really cool idea, though, and being like the first player that they're working with to have fans, not obviously be Broncos fans and Baron Browning fans, but actually be able to like own a stock in your future is kind of cool.
Yeah, I definitely thought it was cool how I could just be the person to bridge the gap between athletes and the fans. And, you know, some fans are super diehard and they'll do anything for the players they love. So I thought it'd be cool to just create that opportunity for them to be able to invest in me, which is something different.
Well, and Baron, we actually have been talking about you a lot when we've been out at practice because, I mean, the outside linebacker room to me looks different this year with Benito, with Cooper, with you. Do you see this entire group taking a jump this year?
Absolutely. You know, we're not satisfied. We push each other very hard. We got a great coach in Mike Wilhoit, and he pushes us, and you know, he never let us get like settle or get kind of just stuck in the place where we at. He keeps pushing us. So I think we head in the right direction, and I'm excited for what we can do this fall, and I'm excited for us to all stay healthy, you know.
Yeah, no, that's the crazy part, is that we just haven't seen all of you guys together very often the last couple of years.
So, yeah, I'm very excited, and I think everybody in the room feels the same way.
Yeah.
You excited for an early start to summer? 1 day early?
Oh, yeah, you can't beat that. You can't beat that. Nah, for real. I'm definitely excited, but, I mean, we put in a lot of work this mini camp, and I think we definitely more ahead than where we were last year around this time.
You've kind of gotten a front row seat to go see Bo Nix every day. People are curious, what does the rookie look like?
I haven't paid attention a lot to him, but the few balls I have seen him throw, he's made some great throws. Obviously, you know, there's still some more development he needs, but I like what I've seen from him so far, and I'm excited for what he can do.
Yeah.
So my final question for you is, the media's kind of noticed Sean. He seems a little happier this year and a little more relaxed. And we asked him about it today, and Sean's answer was, yeah, I guess my first year I was like that dog going around and pissing on a lot of trees. Have you noticed the difference, Sean?
I definitely agree. I remember one day I was talking with him, and he was basically just saying, like, he know I was, like, trying to fill him out, and he was trying to fill me out. And then I said to him today, I was like, you know what, you all right with me. You're all right with me. Coach Payton cool, but I just feel like last year, you know, he had to set the tone.
He did.
You know, we had two different head coaches. He was my third in my 3 years, so, you know, he just had to come in, set the tone, and let us know how things was going to be ran. And, I mean, I can respect that. You know, I came from Ohio State, and Coach Meyer ran his program a certain way, so I'm used to following that.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you, Baron. We really appreciate you jumping on, and good luck out there.
No problem. Appreciate y'all.
Right on.
Appreciate it, man.
Oh, my fault.
Thanks, Baron. We're switching one linebacker out for another right now. And Todd, it sounds like you've got some explaining to do.
About how I did so well. So what you do is you just keep your eye on the ball.
Yeah, so what were you looking at?
Listen, I played the football in the NFL. I think I'm all right now.
That's true.
Oh, shoot.
So Todd, I do
Yes.
have to tell you what Henry said about you.
While I was gone.
But I want to give Henry a little bit of time to run from you right now. So if you want a head start, you better start taking off, because I'm going to give another shout out to this awesome event that we've got going on here at Coors Field with UC Health for the Healthy Swings Charity Home Run Derby, where there's so many Denver players here, including our very own Todd Davis, rocking that Super Bowl 50 ring. But you did take it off when you hit.
I didn't want to fall off.
Yeah, I can't believe you gave it to Nick, though.
I know.
That was like wild.
I've made better decisions.
Yeah.
And you made a good decision by swinging in the Home Run Derby, which benefits Next Chapter, which is a fantastic organization that supports veterans and their families. We are so honored to be out here. So cool of UC Health to hold this event, to do great work in the community, to work with all of these players, to work with us, to have us here in this awesome environment, and to be able to bring this show and what's going on to you guys. So shout out to UC Health. We really appreciate you and the great work that they're doing in the community with this UC Health Healthy Swings Home Run Charity Derby.
And we want to give a shout out to our friends at Toyota. Todd, I know you love a Toyota.
I do. I hit the one out there. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Yeah, that
It's a
big
little
one
far.
way up there.
Yeah, that Tundra out there.
500 feet.
Oh,
You know.
yeah. That was the glass that I heard break.
Yeah.
Actually, it didn't break because Toyotas, they just bounce right off.
You actually have force fields. People don't realize. Yeah, because I only saw the ball like in the dirt, like 4 feet in front of you. I hadn't realized you'd bounced it off the truck, and it came back.
Well, you need to pay more attention, man.
I guess so. Yeah, that's a great Toyota up there. There's plenty of other great Toyotas. Like it's the 4Runner, the Land Cruiser, the Tacoma. And if you want to go pick one up, you can visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. There's the Auto Nation Toyota Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota, the official automotive partner of the NFL and the official vehicle of DNVR.
So right
Yes,
when
sir.
you were getting up to bat, Todd, I said, okay, Henry, I'm going to set an over-under for Todd. You tell me the over and the under. And I said over-under, and he said under before I even said a number.
Wow.
How disrespectful is that?
It's okay, you know what I'm saying?
too
You're always
nice,
going to have
Todd.
haters in your life, you know what I'm saying? You can't let the haters win, though. You got to keep working hard.
Man,
whoa.
were you an undrafted
Wait, to be
free
fair.
agent? Is that the mentality that
Yeah.
you just always have had?
Always. You heard Jaleel. You know what I'm saying? 5'15", baby.
the hater won, to be clear.
No, you didn't.
The under,
What was the under?
I never heard.
I
watched
eventually,
this movie.
I was going to put it at 1.5.
Hits?
Home runs. I had confidence in you,
Yeah.
Todd.
I was over. Yeah. If you add up all the yards from
The 2 feet, the 4 feet, the 7 feet, the 2 feet.
That is
all of that.
incredible.
But I loved it because they said every contact equal $50. So you know what it was? It was the net. I hit like 6 of them up into the net, and they were trying to go out of the park. They don't have that
That's
batting
true.
cage
Yeah,
net there.
Yeah. Good point.
Well,
good
then the
point.
dirt, too.
No, I didn't.
There was the
no.
dirt in front.
The dirt's
not
after
that.
the net.
Oh, okay. Oh, only the net. The dirt wasn't an issue.
Did you see other guys taking swings?
Yeah, I don't think anybody looks great. So I think, you know what I'm saying? Courtland looks good. Courtland played baseball.
Yeah, I heard the horn.
But besides that, I don't know if anybody's hit a home run. I think he's the only one to hit a home run.
I think only
so far.
Court.
So
Man, just hitting home runs left and right for him this past week.
If you juice these balls or something.
The humidor. They should have done non-humidor balls for this one.
They should have. Metal bats.
Maybe they did, and we just don't know.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah, I
metal
don't know.
bats
It's true.
would probably do
I saw you found some gloves, too.
yeah,
That's important.
batting gloves.
Wouldn't want any
Yeah,
blisters.
because they actually did start to hurt after a little while.
Yeah.
A minute and a half's a long time to
See,
be.
the thing is, when you get like the clean contact up here, you feel nothing.
How would you know?
Oh, I've heard.
Exactly.
I was talking to Vinny
I want to go
Castilla
back
earlier.
to something you said. You said a minute and a half's a long time?
To bat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. To swing a bat.
So you were talking to Vinny Castilla, big flex.
Yeah, no, he was a super interesting guy. He asked me if I was swinging, and I was like,
Wouldn't you like to
pause.
know?
That's my first pause. And I also.
I didn't even pick that up from the first
There we go.
show that we had. Wow.
Now we got it. Yeah, and I was like, no, I'm not actually. I just do a podcast. But yeah, no, he was really cool. Yaya came over. They started talking in Spanish. It was one of those days where I wish I just paid a little bit more attention in Spanish class.
Dang.
If I'm being honest. Super nice guy, cool guy. Loves the Rockies.
No.
Of course he loves the
Yeah,
Rockies.
loves
Vinny
them.
Castilla?
Me too.
Yeah.
It's one of many things we have in
He
common.
got the Rockies hat on today.
Yeah, he said he liked it.
Speaking of things
Loves the Rockies.
in common, I don't know the next time we're going to get our next guest because now the Broncos players are batting right now.
Hold on, Pat's up. Let's see these next
yeah.
three.
Our guy.
Okay.
Okay.
He hitting the dirt
Oh.
too.
He has that same pass you
We have
had.
it.
There you
We have
go.
it up on screen. Right on.
He's trying hard. Look at that smile.
I mean, it is a good swing.
It's got to be so hard to be so good at things and then to be not so good at this.
You know, It is what it is.
That's why I just
Or like-
try to stay consistent and struggle in general.
Or like, is it that hard? If you're a great football player and you're
there's some
bad at
contact.
baseball, is that really hard to like?
I love how he's tapping the bat on the ground every time. Like that's like
He
that's
does it
his
every
secret-
time, doesn't he?
That's the secret sauce. There you go.
Oh, yeah. These guys feel that. Oh, some kid
Oh
fell.
wow! I thought that was like a home run. It
an
just
adult.
made it out of the infield.
We've got just about 40 seconds
Uh,
on the clock.
All right, Todd, you're an expert. Tell him what he's doing wrong.
He's not rotating his hips enough. I think he's too, you know what I'm saying? His hips are locked. You gotta, when you turn and rotate, you see that? He's just a little bit, you know what I'm
You
saying?
can't be stiff in the hips.
Yeah.
Crazy
yeah.
though, because like that's one of the many things he's great at. Is those hips just swivel. So come on, Todd. Come on, Todd.
I'm with you.
We're talking football.
I'm with you.
You made your not talking football face. I know that face. Oh,
There you go.
okay.
He's getting some
Oh,
contact.
that actually
He's
went
getting some
backwards.
contact.
That ball went
That went backwards. From this angle, you can barely tell though.
Well, as
He's
long
not-
as they don't catch it, you get to hit again.
He's
like
not
baseball, yeah.
smiling
Yeah.
so much anymore either. Oh, Baron's not. Baron looks a little nervous.
So
There's the grimace.
in
try, Tat.
between, let's get into some football talk. Because Henry, I asked you before the show what should we talk about, and there was just one thing you kept going to.
Oh,
Jim Leonhard, the smallest safety in NFL history.
well,
There's a reason that he played in the league for 7 years? Even being the smallest safety in NFL history is because he is so freaking smart.
Yes.
And that's a big reason why the Broncos brought him on board. But Sean Payton told us today that they maybe wanted Jim Leonhard last year. In fact, they were like really wanting to hire him for what role? We don't know. Sean Payton didn't say, but he had hip surgery last off season, so he decided just to kind of rehab there. And I think he was a consultant for Virginia,
Illinois.
Illinois. Yeah, he was a consultant for Illinois, and then obviously the Broncos had an opening a defensive back position, and they brought him in as fast as they could.
Yep.
Henry, talk about your guy.
Well, about 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, honestly, he was seen as the best defensive coach in college football, and it really wasn't all that close. I guess you had Venables in there too, so it was a very elite group there. It's because of the results he had at Wisconsin. Consistent top 5 defense in a really tough conference. It got to the point where there were a bunch of rumors that he could be going to Green Bay as their defensive coordinator. I can't remember if that was last offseason, the offseason before, but just as he actually brought up today when we talked to him, he's been involved in a lot of rumors, whether it's rumors he's going to CU, whether it's the Packers rumors he's going to be Wisconsin's head coach when they moved on. Now, after Wisconsin fired their head coach, I think that was last year, they brought in a new guy. New guy just wanted to bring an entire new staff in. Wisconsin fans were PO'd, as the kids say. And funny, Todd. But yeah, so he took the season off and wound up, like Zach said, because of a hip surgery, consulting, or I think it was a quality control position with Illinois, as he kind of just took a little break from football. But as we found out, he was talking with the Broncos about coming here, and it makes you wonder if he could have been going after that defensive coordinator position.
It's very interesting.
It is interesting.
You know what I loved today is we pulled up his highlights. His
We did.
highlights were a lot longer than I expected.
Isn't that crazy?
Most coaches that are that good, that have just retired,
Yeah.
that are that young, never have played at a high level before. And he played at a high level, and he did for a long time.
He did.
And I was like surprised how many picks because he's only started for 4 years.
Yeah.
But there's like picks all over the
Over
place.
and over
so
and
he
over.
definitely knows how to scheme up and create opportunities for himself, and I think he knows how to do that for his players as well. So going he have been the defensive coordinator for the Broncos?
Just a little conspiracy
The
theory
world
that
may
I had
never
going.
know.
Or
never
obviously
know.
he could have been the where he is right now, the secondary coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had Christian Parker.
They did, but
yeah.
Sean flipped over every single assistant coach outside of Christian Parker and Marcus Dixon. Obviously now both of those guys are no longer here. So it's interesting to see. But I mean, if he would have been the defensive coordinator last year, it would have been a good hire.
Yeah.
It would have been obviously a home run hire if they hired him in the
Hey.
secondary like they did. There we go.
Topical.
Shout out to UC Health.
Yes, healthy swings. Yeah, no, I think he's a great coach. We talked a little bit about it today, but he just does a whole bunch of like the new, cool, modern things, and a lot of them really lend themselves to college football, where you bring like multiple blitzers off of one side and drop a defensive lineman off the other side,
Yep.
and all of a sudden that guy gets a pick, and everybody's like because it's rare you look at a play and say, wow, the defensive coordinator really cooked on that. Like, there's some, like, blitzes and stuff where you see it, but for the casual fan to be like, wow, defensive end just dropped out. And actually, hopefully we're going to get Matt Henningsen in here who would have a couple insights there.
Todd, if you were a coach, let's just speak hypothetically. If you were ever a coach, would you want to be, and obviously I'd imagine you'd be on the defensive side.
Yep.
Would you want to coach for an offensive head coach, a defensive head coach, or like the CEO type of head coach where they don't call plays on either side, they just kind of manage the team? Or would it matter to you as a coach?
What's my position? Am I the defensive coordinator?
No, you are an assistant coach. So you're a position coach.
I would like to coach for...
Or does it matter?
Maybe it doesn't matter to me.
Huh.
It doesn't matter. I think it more so matters who my defensive coordinator is. Now, if the head coach is the defensive coordinator, I think that's the best of both worlds.
If he's good.
If he's good, yeah. But I would, just like, I think playing for defensive-minded coaches is always awesome because your team has this extra, this dog in you. You know what I'm saying? Offensive coaches are great too. Just a little more la-di-da-di-da.
We'll pass that along
You
to
think Sean is la-di-da-di-da?
No, you put words in my mouth. I didn't say that. I just said
I think that was just like a straight line, and we got our
let's go.
Let's go. The show, Pat. Coming up.
No, we saw.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, we showed it on the camera. Everybody saw.
Pretty rough.
We were so proud of your attitude, though, just smiling the whole way through.
Yeah, I knew. I knew what I was getting into. You know what I mean? I never played baseball.
I mean, you had pretty good swing. Though.
I
You made some contact, yeah.
Had a good swing?
We thought so.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I was just swinging. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, to be fair, we are a Broncos podcast, not a Rockies podcast, so we don't really know what a good swing looks
I
like.
hope the Rockies don't see that.
Yeah, even if we were a Rockies podcast, we wouldn't have a great idea.
It's hard. It's harder than it looks on TV.
It's harder.
Because you like, man, I can swing and hit that, but they only going like 60 miles an hour.
The thing is, it's like, not only anticipation, but you got to hit it at the right time.
For sure.
You got to have perfect form, perfect swing. Because there was some of those things like, you know what? I gave it all I could. I just couldn't make contact. You know what I mean? So I can't imagine when pitchers throwing 90 miles per hour at you.
Maybe that's what you needed. You needed them coming in at 90 miles an hour, and then you would have made contact and hit them out.
I don't know. Absolutely not.
Man, the confidence in Broncos players in the batting cage is so low. I can't believe. I thought all athletes were just going to be super confident in all of their athletic abilities.
Yeah.
That might be my biggest surprise out of today.
I really like baseball is really one of those sports where you got to be very skilled at. I mean, you can't just be out there and be an athlete. Yeah. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, it humbled me today. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, then you think like
Ty has some good swings though.
I don't know, brother.
He's honest with
I
you.
appreciate you showing me some love, but
So you gotta factor in like, okay, you're in the majors. Those things go 100 miles per hour, but then you got the slider and the curveball and the knuckleball, and so they're all different. They're all just like moving around like that too.
I ain't gonna lie though, when I made contact, I don't know why, but like the bat was hurting my hands.
Yeah.
It was weird.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
I'm like,
he just told me when you make good contact, it doesn't hurt. Because I said the same thing.
Yeah, it is what
like
it is.
I was doing it wrong.
Did you didn't bring those gloves with you, did you?
No.
Okay. There's I've only seen the white ones. So
These pretty generic.
Those aren't games. Those aren't your game gloves.
Oh no.
What are they? The Soper tones?
I mean, I'll be dropping more picks.
So will you have more interceptions this year or home runs today?
Definitely over. I ain't even. Because I was trying to think. I'm like, what you mean?
I think you just gave everybody a heart attack.
I'm taking over every time.
What's it been like for you this spring? Because you haven't been out there practicing all that much. Like they're really treating you like a veteran, just like kind of easing you in, giving you some stuff, but then also like letting Damari get some run, letting Riley get some run. It's kind of interesting to see from the outside.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it was just holding me out just for a little bit, getting my breath back because I missed the first week OTA. So the first thing for me was trying to get my breath back out here, getting adjusted, to the altitude and stuff. But even then, just making sure I was right before I got out there. Then, but Mari and Riley and Levi, everybody in the secondary, they playing, man. They making plays on the ball. Each and every day they competing out there. So it's exciting to see.
How do you feel like those young guys are progressing? You know, you're the salty vet now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's your defense. How do you feel like everybody's progressing and coming along?
Yeah, I mean, everybody progressing well. You could tell the confidence is through the air. I mean, second year under Van's scheme, and you could tell guys are really comfortable, you know what I mean, simplifying the defense for us, and we could just go out there and make plays. And, you know, each and every day, I mean, we still set the standard for ourselves, just trying to be the best defense in the league. And, you know what I mean, I think that's just the standard we hold ourselves to, and each and every day in practice, that's what we set our minds to.
Do you feel like a vet yet?
I feel it.
Yeah?
I feel like I'm getting a little wiser in year 4.
Wow.
Does that mean like DB dinners? You're picking up the check now?
Yeah, that's what it's looking like.
Next year.
Yeah. I can't be ducking. Listen, I can't be ducking the check now. You know what I mean? But we can play some car roulette still and stuff. You know, balance it out.
It really has been a lot of fun to watch all you guys out there because it's every day. Like Jaquan over and over again, just like flying in, batting some away. Today, Levi made a great play, got the pick off of it.
Yeah.
Like Damari's doing it. Riley had a great one with the extension. I can't remember that was yesterday, but just over and over and over. And you guys are all so young. Well, Levi's not the youngest, but again, like has a chip on his shoulder. So see everybody showing up and every day just play. It's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, it's very fun. I mean, these guys are just so eager to compete. You know what I mean? So eager to learn, so eager to get better, and that's what you want, you know, out of a position group like that. I mean, that DB. And, I mean, I just feel like being around that inspired me as well, too, to make plays when I see everybody else making plays. So, I mean, when you got a group like that that's that confident and that young, you know what I mean, that eager, ready to go, I mean, the sky's through the roof.
We were just talking about Jim Leonhard, obviously the new secondary coach. What have you seen from him? What's he brought to the room?
He brought a lot of, I say, experience, you know what I mean, because he played in the league for like, say, 10, 11 years. You know, had a run with the Broncos as well, too. So I just think him coming in and learning from him, teaching us new techniques, and just telling us how he see the game of football is really like, you know, admiring to see, because, you know, some coaches, they don't really teach you the game of football, but then you got a coach like that really could break it down to you, like every concept, every analysis, like everything about the game of football that you thought like, okay, I think I know pretty much about football. Then he comes in and really like navigates through you, you know what I mean, through the ins and outs of football. So, I mean, it's very exciting to see. I mean, just having a guy come in like that and just really set the room, you know what I mean, to a standard.
Now, with Vance being like a seasoned defensive coordinator and kind of having his own scheme, is a guy like Jim Leonhard coming in and like changing schemes, or is he kind of like helping break down Vance's defense in a language that kind of everybody speaks?
Yeah, Jim never came in with an approach like that. He allows us to really like ask questions, be ourselves, and also, you know what I mean, him translating certain calls so we can understand it better as well too, you know what I mean, because I think that's the main thing. Some of the calls could, you know, be a little confusion at times, but sometimes he could step in there and simplify it for us and make it easier. So when you got a guy like that, I mean, you know, you just have the utmost confidence and respect for him.
Yeah. Well, Pat, we really appreciate it. If I threw this out to you, what would you say to this? 5 years, $125 million.
That's a set mark, you know what I mean? Shoot. That sounds good though.
That's the DNVR contract. That's not even talking about the Broncos.
That's DNVR. I already know.
We got you.
I like that though.
5 years, $125. We got you. You had one more?
Oh yeah. So we got college football video game league. I got Bama. How do I? What's the game plan here? How do I use them?
I mean, I'll say with their offense, they got a pretty, how can I say this? A versatile quarterback, run and pass, you know what I mean? A lot of option, triple option. I mean, you can always depend on the defense. The defense is always going to be stout. But the offense, you run a lot of option, a lot of trick plays. The run game going to be heavy. Throw it out there, deep balls, you know what I mean? Alabama got it all, so you can't go wrong.
Okay. We're gonna be in touch this fall. I'm gonna need some pointers.
Yeah. Depending on how the game goes, though, you know what I mean. Exactly. I hope it's not disappointing, but
that's true.
Yeah,
I hope not.
You got any plans for the second break of the offseason? I know Sean gave you guys a day off tomorrow.
Yeah.
Did you already have a trip planned scheduled leaving tomorrow?
You already know. I'm going to Bali. For like a week. then I'm going back to Florida to train. So that's my only vacation.
There it is. That'll be dope.
Man,
Yeah.
That's a good one.
you deserve that break, Pat. You've been, I mean, the few plays we've seen you out there, you've been a monster.
Yep.
Expecting
Appreciate
big
y'all.
things, man. Thank you so much for joining us, Pat.
Yeah.
Absolutely, my man.
Oh, yeah, man.
This the absolute best PS2, and maybe by the time we see him next time, he's locked up for a long time here. Man, absolutely love our conversations with Pat.
Yes.
Yeah, great guy.
If he
Swing.
doesn't take that contract, I'll.
You want it? 5 for
Hey, Spano, if you're listening.
125?
Yeah.
$25? We got you.
No, I thought they were
Locked up.
Never mind. Don't
Couple more
send that to
zeros? You want a
Spano.
couple more zeros on
Don't
that?
send that to Spano. Yeah, a couple.
I mean,
Phew.
after our conversation about Pat and his contract a couple of weeks ago, last week, I thought it's such an easy thing. It's 5 for 125.
Yeah.
I just think that's the deal because it completely resets the cornerback market.
Yep.
But it still isn't asking for $35 million a year.
Yeah.
Which other non-quarterback positions are paying. I just think it's as simple as that. And the Broncos have not given out an extension to a player since Sean Payton took over. I think Pat's going to be the first.
I think so. I keep looking back because the top 8 go on to the finals. So I got to make sure.
Don't
Wait,
worry.
Todd, how many did you hit?
I got to make sure they call when I'm ready when they call me.
How many did you hit?
I don't know.
Hit like home runs or just
I have no clue.
hit? You did great.
I can check the roll review it later.
Plus, every time you make contact, you made money for a good cause.
Absolutely. I think that's what it's all about.
It is.
Because I was nervous, like if I don't hit nothing. Then they told me
Exactly.
every hit is $50. I said, I can make somebody $50. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
No, that's
I
great.
could do that.
What if
Playing
they-
for charity is way better than playing for pride.
Todd, what if they told you, though, that every swing and miss is a $1,000 fine?
$1,000. Does 1,000 go to charity or just I give it to?
I mean, it's got
Somebody
to go to
else.
charity.
To charity. To
No,
UCL.
we got to make it hurt. It goes to Coors Field.
I'm not swinging. I'm just
Bunting.
bunting the whole time. Not even taking a chance.
Yeah, here. Has anyone thrown down a bunt yet?
One guy tried.
Did he hit?
Was it a Bronco?
Oh shoot!
No. Okay. Yep. It was probably Dude Dad. Are you, no? Because I talked to him before
I
this.
know who Dude Dad is. It
Okay,
wasn't him.
okay.
It wasn't Dude Dad.
It was not Dude Dad. But right now, I got to give a shout out to our friends over at Vestibule. We
yes.
had the athlete Baron Browning on the show talk about Vestibule and just why he did it. And it's a really cool opportunity for athletes. And I know they have a lot more athletes in the works, specifically college and also in the pros. And it's a really cool idea for fans just to get even closer to players. And also players get even closer to fans.
Yep.
Like have that true investment in a player. And I think obviously receiver, running back, quarterback, and pass rusher are like maybe the best positions for it because you can see, when a guy gets a sack, you're not just celebrating the Broncos getting a sack, you're celebrating that paycheck going up. We used to say, this is like 5 years old, a sack was worth $1 million in your contract. Sack is worth now like $2 or $2.5 million. So every sack Baron Browning gets, if you are in his IPO on Vestibule, you are going to see your price tag go up. And of course, he's on the final year of his deal. Big year for number 5. So if you want to get in, scan the QR code on our screen. It'll take you to the App Store to download the app, or you can just go to the App Store, download the app, and you can buy Baron Browning's IPO right now. So check it out, Vestibule.
Also, check out a Coors Light. We are
Coors
here
Field, yeah.
at Coors Field, which is a great field.
Yes.
In part because of the sunset and because of the beautiful game of baseball and because of the foods and the drinks and the rooftop and all the fun things you can do.
Yep.
But I think the best part is that it's named after the best beer in Colorado, a Coors Light. Coors Lights are awesome. I drink. That's basically my playoff beer. Like that's my sports beer. It's a beer that you can just sit down and you can have 1, you can have 2,
Sip.
you can have 3, you can have as many as you want because they just go down so smooth. It's a perfect beer for chilling, which is what we might have to do because it's a little bit warm out here. I might need to chill after this.
I'm wearing 3 layers. You don't hear me complain
That's
about
true.
the heat.
You wore a
You
jacket.
got vibes.
You wore a jacket. You also buttoned up your jersey.
It came
I'm
buttoned
not
up.
against it.
Came buttoned up.
Oh, you just pulled it up.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Can't be. Buttons are hard. Make the most.
Says the guy who, Todd, do you know this story I'll let you finish this read.
Okay, yeah. Make the most out of the times you choose to chill, which should be a lot of the time. Choose Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/DNVR. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
You hear, Ju set the scene for us. Do you remember where this was? Were we on a work trip? Henry, were we on a work trip?
I have no idea what this is.
Yes, you do.
Oh, I'll pick up soon, I hope.
Okay, so a bunch of DNVR people were hanging out. I think it was a work trip. And Henry has like a Advil bottle. And you know how like
it was London.
It was London.
Yep. Child lock.
Yes, because Lexi was there. Yeah, they have the child lock where you just push down and turn it.
Yep.
And so we're all hanging out in London in like the common area, and Lexi's Henry's girlfriend is hanging out with us, and Henry's kind of in a different room trying to open this bottle. He comes over, just gives it to Lexi without saying anything. Lexi just opens it for him, gives it to him because she just knows that Henry needs the kid help.
No, she was like mid-sentence. Like she just like kept talking like over before we handed it back because he's so used to do it. I just,
and then Henry and Lexi were both just so normal about it, and everyone else was like, "Did you
can't
really
open a
just
bottle."
need that help?"
Yeah. The thing is, there used to just be like the one child lock where you push it down and then spin it.
Yeah.
Which eventually, you do it enough times, you get figured out. Now you got the pinches, you got the whatevers. It's just not a strength of mine.
childproof, huh?
Yeah.
So like the twist off beers, are you bringing that to Lexi too, or is like where does it stop?
So I just have really sweaty hands, and so like today I was putting on the sunscreen. It's one of those where you have to like pull the cap off.
Oh, here we go. We've got.
Steady.
Let's go.
What's up, man?
Oh, you are?
Oh,
Wow.
let's go.
How'd it go?
I was not surprised.
Well, Jarrett, everyone we've talked to has been so down on their baseball game.
Yeah.
So I'm finally happy we get someone that's confident.
No,
in their game.
I found my rhythm late.
There you go.
I think I only struck out like once or twice, but I hit the ball.
Damn.
I'm more of a left field kind of guy, though.
Contact is key.
Can you tell Todd what it's like hitting the ball?
Tell him I hit
Just
something out there.
tell him to watch here in a minute.
So who else made the final?
Courtland definitely.
Of course, yeah.
I honestly don't know who else.
They're probably calling me. Did they? No, I think they.
Did you see Pat swinging too?
It's crazy because he's, I'm going to say, the best in the world at what he does.
Yeah, absolutely.
Take a baseball bat out of his hand. Just put him on the island, lock him up.
And he's good to go.
Does it bring you a little satisfaction though, seeing someone that good across the field from you kind of look a little shaky out here?
Hey, he's going to hear about it during training camp.
Jarrett, do quarterbacks have to be good at all sports in order to be a quarterback? Because it feels like quarterbacks are good at all sports.
Everybody tells me that quarterbacks have to be good at golf, and I do not fit that category at the moment. But I did take some lessons this spring, so I'm trying to get better.
Okay.
But I mean, as the rest of sports, I feel like most of us can shoot decently well in basketball.
Yep.
Baseball, I mean, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, I'll take it.
The thing is, I feel like you just can't embarrass yourself,
1,000%.
Like in anything you do, you have to be like the leader.
Yeah, it's like we may not be the best at it, but you just got to be just good enough to like kind of hang.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm here for it.
You play with like Peyton Manning and stuff. Did you ever see him be bad at anything?
Peyton was old by the time we played together, so he didn't do much besides throw a football.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
So, Jared, we got to talk about the biggest storyline this offseason. You wearing number 8.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
First time I've ever gotten to pick my number as an NFL player.
Wow.
Yeah, so going back to my college roots, back to number 8.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I love it.
I figured why not? Flip, our equipment manager,
Flip.
he was like, hey, there's an opportunity here. Do you want to go to 8? And I said, yes, I'm going to do it. Switch up the mojo. Yeah, back in the college number.
See, and that's what I love is whenever somebody talks about Flip, it's never like I had to go to Flip to get this. It's like Flip reached out.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you want this?
Randomly, it's like back in February maybe or March. He was like, hey, this is probably going to be available. Do you want it? I said, hold it for me. So, yeah, very, very appreciative of Flip.
But see, you got to earn that. Because Flip's not calling everybody. He's not reaching out.
There's the undrafted perspective.
Those numbers for sure. Yeah, for sure.
So Jarrett, you have been. I mean, we've been able to watch 5 practices, and you've been incredible in this off season on the field. I think yesterday I had you down for 1 incompletion. Today I had you down for 1 incompletion, but 2 touchdowns on the day. How much is it? Just more from comfortability and familiarity with the offense? What is it that's really clicking this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing for me is being kind of the vet in the room, second year in the system. It's more so not. It's not me thinking about what am I supposed to be doing on this play. It's more so like, okay, I know what I'm supposed to be doing on this play. Now it's like, let's just go execute it. That's kind of been the biggest thing for me, the biggest jump from year 1 to year 2 in the system, with Sean and, learning, okay, like if we have a play called, like what's the intent of the play? Is it to take a shot? Mm-hmm. That might be the case. Or sometimes the best play is just checking it down to the running back and letting him go for 15. Like, so it's just a little bit of that, like understanding the offense a little bit more and kind of the ins and outs of it.
It's obviously very different having spring practices versus an actual like season of games that matter. But for you to leave this stage of the year feeling like you've probably done about all you can do, given the opportunities you had, that must make this next 5 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever it is, much easier to go through.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think the biggest thing for me, and I always tell myself this, is like, don't worry about the past, the future. Just kind of worry about like, what is my job today? What am I being asked to do? Each and every day I walk in the building, be a great teammate, be a great leader, and that's kind of all I worry about. And like I said, we'll come back in training camp, and that'll kind of be the same mindset, and just go out there and do my thing.
Sean's big on competition, so I think there's like a competition at every position. We know there's, a little bit one at quarterback. Some people crumble under it, but how you perform this spring, it feels like you really thrive under competition. Do you feel like that's when you're at your best?
I do. I mean, you probably feel the same way I do, playing in the league for so long. Like, competition's good, and it's healthy, and I think that's how it should be, and that's how every room in the league should be. There should be guys competing every single day. And even last year when I came in, behind Russ, like, look, when I signed, I knew I wasn't going to be the starter, but I wasn't going to let him just outperform me every single day. Like, I was trying to push him just as much as I'm trying to push these 2 younger guys right now. So that's just kind of the mindset every day for me.
What's it like being the older guy in the room?
Yeah, it makes me feel old for sure. It's funny. Like, I've known Bo since he was probably 16 or 17 in high school. And now I'm wife, 2 kids. Like, I'm the guy drinking black coffee in the meeting. Like, feet kicked up. Like, that's just me. But it's been fun because there's, obviously I haven't played as much as Zach, but I think I've been very fortunate to be around, in my opinion, some of the best coaches and quarterbacks, at least in my generation, and there's a lot of wisdom I feel like I've pulled from different people and little things I can tell these guys in the meeting or out on the practice field, that might just open their eyes to something different. So it's been a lot of fun.
Sean said he was like a great evaluator of QB talent, and we know that you were one of the first moves he made when he got here.
Yeah.
What do you feel like is different about Sean and the way that he approaches the game from a quarterback mindset?
Sorry, I was just hearing my name. let me see. All right, I'm fourth.
You're fourth. Okay, cool.
I'm not even on the board.
Yeah, that's crazy,
how'd you not make it? Oh, they took top 10 too. That's not top 8.
Dang, I thought I hit more than that.
I'm within reaching distance here.
You really are.
I'm going to be so honest with you.
Yes.
Can you repeat your question?
No, I'm sorry. Hey, look, when you get a big call that you're on the board, I think you got to listen to that. No, but I was asking you, like, what is it about Sean? I know you say you play with other coaches and other great players. What is it about Sean that's different about how he thinks about the quarterback position?
Yeah, obviously, like, he did it. Mm-hmm. So there's like credibility, like when he's saying something, like he's done certain things. And obviously, all the success he's had in his coaching career, dating all the way back to when he was with Philly and then Dallas with Romo and then obviously with Drew in New Orleans. And, I mean, there's just so many things. Like, we'll be watching film on a certain play, and he'll bring up some story from 2008. And it's like he can remember things and, like, certain coverages and plays that they ran versus certain – it's just so cool to, like, be in a meeting with him have that experience, and being able to do it. It's awesome.
So final one for you, Jarrett, because we know you got to get out there. Maybe two more.
The
The media's kind of noticed Sean be a little different, a little more comfortable, a little happier. And so we asked him that today, and he said, yeah, I guess that first year I kind of went around and peed on all the trees here. Have you noticed a different Sean Payton?
Yeah, it's been great. Obviously, last year, like I didn't know Sean on a personal level all that well, but second year with him, I feel like I'm able to talk to him a little bit more randomly. Like we were talking at practice today about summer plans, and he's got a place down in Cabo, and I'm going down to a wedding in Cabo, and he's like, yeah, why don't you just stay at the house? I'm like, dude, like I don't need to stay at your house, but thanks. It's just funny. But he's been so much fun, so good. And we were joking with him yesterday because he had his eye surgery.
Yep.
And I guess he was telling us a story about when he coached under Parcells, like Parcells had this rule, like no sunglasses, because he wanted the players to like see the eyes of the coaches and communicate and whatnot. And he was just like, I know Parcells is going to give me hell for this, wearing sunglasses out to practice. But he had the eye surgery, so he had to. So it was funny.
Did you give him hell?
A little bit.
And can you tell Sean, if you're not going to take the Cabo house, I will?
Sure.
Yeah,
I'll let him know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate
DNVR
that.
trip.
Appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, last one from me. So a lot of people who don't play football say that being a backup quarterback is the best job in the world. You've started games. You've been a backup for games. Which is better?
Starting.
Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure. Just want to make sure.
Not even
That's
close.
official now. That's official. You can't say that anymore.
What's the question you hear? I can't see it. We got a specific question coming in from a listener for you. If we can pull it up. Looks like I got it. Here we go. Says, day one Stidham supporter. Broncos country.
there you go.
I
loves
love that.
There we go.
I
Jarrett,
appreciate that.
thank
Whoever
you
that is
so-
out there,
Yeah,
I
he
appreciate
gave you no context. It was just-
There we go.
There we go.
Well, Jarrett, we're going to be pulling for you.
But I appreciate
Go
it.
show us what a home run. Go show Todd what a home run looks
Golly,
like.
he keeps dragging me in there.
Courtland's stepping up here. I think he hit 3 out earlier, so we'll see.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
If he beats you, do you just not throw him a ball in training camp?
He's gonna have to earn it.
Got under it. Okay.
Yeah, I gotta go talk a little. To him, so
There you
I'll be
go.
back.
Do your
Appreciate
thing,
you,
man.
Jarrett. Thank you, brother.
appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Don't with the ring. I know he does that. He does that.
Just like shining in my face.
Todd, you know how many outside of your ring? You know how many Super Bowl rings are here tonight? Henry and I already calculated.
How many are here?
Yep.
Yeah,
take a look around. We'll give you a second to evaluate.
who else is here?
Yeah.
Oh, my son has a Super Bowl ring.
Oh, that's true.
That's right.
That's right. Two.
Okay, so that's 2 in the Davis family.
Yes.
Are there more rings?
Any mas.
Courtland Sutton.
That's
with
a home run.
Mike Kliss?
That's a home run.
No. Oh.
No, I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
I think that's
could
it.
go.
Anybody else? I would say me.
I think it's 2.
No.
Who is
You and your son.
Ah, there we go.
I know. We had to do the
I
math.
had to end on good terms,
I love it. I
Todd.
love it. I love it.
Well, 'cause
I love it.
We don't have to end right now.
No, but we had to do the math with Jarrett Stidham because he backed up Tom Brady, so it's like
Yeah,
50-50.
yeah,
We're like,
yeah.
no, didn't get one. But it's kind of crazy to then go through the other quarterbacks he's been behind with Cam Newton,
Yep.
Jimmy Garoppolo, Russell Wilson. Like, what a diverse group,
That's
but also
wild.
like
Yeah.
a lot of interesting characters in that.
Very different people. Very different guys. Very different quarterbacks.
Yeah.
All of them. It's unique.
What was it like to just destroy Cam Newton's career?
I wouldn't take full credit for that, but we had a fun time.
I mean, you started one of the 2 games.
I think that was my favorite. That was my favorite.
We should ask
I had to
Jarrett.
sack that game too.
We should ask Jarrett if Cam ever brought that game up. Get a little inside knowledge there.
I don't know.
Well, you had a great opportunity to ask him about 5
did.
minutes ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
we had good content there.
I did like the backup quarterback question. No, I think
know,
that's important.
everybody always
I think
says.
it's important. Yeah.
Just gotta set people straight here.
Wait, what was the backup quarterback question?
Well, because everybody's always like, "Oh, backup quarterback, best job
Best
in
job in
football."
the world, yeah.
But you
Oh,
look
yeah,
at
yeah.
Jarrett Stidham, and he's doing all he can to not be a backup quarterback.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
But a nice fallback is the best job in sports.
Okay,
Yeah.
second best job in sports. I can get behind that.
Todd, are you devastated or are you okay?
No, I'm good. I get to hang out with
Okay.
you. This is what I wanted to do. So I didn't want to tell anybody this was my plan.
Smart.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, you were, did you enter in this today?
No. They asked me, 2 days ago.
There you go.
Silly me for thinking. So, I mean, to be fair to you, you didn't have time to go to the batting
No, I
cages.
would have went in practice, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I would have went
killed
out
it.
and got right, but
Yeah.
didn't have the time.
We made your family proud.
Yes.
You made us proud,
They're out
Todd.
here.
I also love just like occasionally see the football fly over up there. It's like, there's the Davises. Always playing football.
Always playing football, baby.
Oh, it's awesome.
Oh, here he is.
Oh, there's Jarrett.
Stidham stepping
There's
up
Jarrett.
to the plate right now. Number 8.
Wow, minute on the clock. Oh, he's got something to say.
You guys want to go out?
Not good.
Okay.
So, Todd,
Yes.
how'd you come up with 51?
The number?
Yep.
52 was taken, and because I originally wanted 52 because that's what I played. That's what I wore in New Orleans.
Yep.
52 was taken. A friend of mine wore 51 in college. I always kind of liked the number. And I think that was really all that was there. In hindsight, I wish I could have got like 55 or 44,
Okay.
but 44 is retired for the Broncos.
Yep.
But yeah, 51. I think it ended up working out
It
for
did.
me.
But
So.
was there ever a time in your career where another number opened up and you thought about switching because you liked 55 better or 52? Or did 51 just when you got here just became yours?
Yeah, it just kind of stuck with me at that point. And then when a number did come up, it was just like I had already made 51 mine,
Yep.
and I didn't feel like trying to redo all that.
That's the thing is like 52, 55, 45. Like you can think of Broncos who've worn that number. 51, and I'm sure somebody in the chat's going to call me out for this. You were able to kind of put your stamp on that one.
Yeah, I don't know too many. There's one outside linebacker that wore
Ronnie
it.
Perkins?
Was it Ronnie Perkins?
That's this year.
No.
Shout out Ronnie.
Shout out Ronnie. But that's not who I was thinking of.
I don't think that went great for Jarrett.
Yeah.
I think
He didn't really
I don't-
seem too excited when he was done.
no.
But good calls
Didn't
for
embarrass
charity.
himself. Did not embarrass himself.
Todd, is
Yes.
is the fam wanting your attention? Is it
Right
time
now?
to wrap?
Hey,
Everybody
you know,
always trying to get Todd's attention.
It's true. I mean,
That's my guy. That's Cannon Banks.
He's the man.
He just turned 5. Huh, Cannon?
Happy birthday!
Should we all sing?
And he's got the football. He's got the baseball glove. All set. He's got Super Bowl
sports
ring
all
too,
the
right?
way. Didn't you win the Super Bowl? Yeah.
That's
Got
right.
a bigger ring than Dad.
Yeah. Also, so this is the thing that me and my friends do, but section 326 right up there gets like a dozen foul balls per game. Because that's where like all the right-handed batters, if it gets over the net, goes right there. That's a great afternoon.
I wouldn't be up that high.
I know you wouldn't. I know you wouldn't. They probably got like, yeah, this is probably your seat right here. Probably just clear out whoever sets up in here and just say, yeah.
Probably one of those.
Todd, I'm
one
waiting
of
for the
those.
invite to the Cabo House in the next 5 weeks.
I don't even have it yet. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So I gotta talk to Sean.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna reach out.
I thought he was
Oh
gonna.
my
I thought
goodness.
Jarrett was gonna say the Sean's house in Coeur d'Alene, but no, of course he has one in Coeur d'Alene.
That's
Got
a
one
big
in
home run.
Cabo.
Look at him swing that bat. That's a big dude in a little bat.
Oh, you like that, huh?
Oh, did
He
you see that?
sounded very
He is-
excited.
He is
You see
having
the
a
way
good
he
time.
gets his shoulders into that? Holy cow.
Oh my
You
gosh.
should have stopped way before.
I think I can get his number for you if you want.
I know. We spoke. I didn't realize. Because he was telling me, he played in high school. He actually tried to stop playing football so that he could be a baseball player.
Oh dang.
And all the football coaches were like, Zach, what are
Yes.
you? Of course not. You're a football player. And now he makes millions and millions of dollars.
That's crazy how that works out.
Crazy how that works out. Meanwhile,
This has been a blast. This has been a blast.
Yes.
What'd you guys say?
I was like, I'm gonna leave.
Oh no, we'll wrap up here. I think
Yep.
that's all the players we're gonna be able to get. But boy, was it a blast! Thank you to everyone.
You're welcome.
Who helped put not to you. No, just kidding. Thank you to Henry, to Todd, to Yahir, to Alyssa, to Tiff. Who else is here? To Austin, to Scott,
To Cannon.
to RG, to Cannon, to Nick. I think I got everyone here, everyone at UC Health, everyone at Coors Field. This is an awesome event. We've had a blast here. We'll love to be back next year as well. And thank you to all the Broncos that joined us. This has been, thank you to everyone that's tuned in on this show. A lot of great content, a lot of fun, and we will be back tomorrow on the DNVR Broncos podcast, 11 a.m., 10:45 a.m. Actually, a little early start, 10:45, and we've got another special guest joining us, so stay tuned for that. It's going to bring a lot of insight. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 10:45 a.m.
We all silly like the mayor.